Well, I'm back again hanging with Maggie Cook. She is the bootstrapped coach, America's success speaker, a motivational speaker on so many levels. And previously we were talking about how she went from being an orphan to launching a multi-million-dollar business. And the backstory was so good that we had to go with that. But now I want to find out some of these tips, because we were talking in that first segment about the highs and lows as you're moving forward with your business. And you've got some tips for entrepreneurs on how they can survive those highs and lows.
Yes. So number one, I would say take control of your life, because most of us, when we wake up every morning, we all have two choices. We all either let life control us or we take control of our lives. A lot of entrepreneurs, when they first wake up, the first thing they do is they grab their phone and they start searching, or they start letting the external circumstances influence their life. And instead of having a plan, I call it a morning routine. And so what I do is, as soon as I wake up, I have a really powerful incantation that I say for success. Then I always think about 3 things to be grateful for, including small things, because the smaller things also make a greater impact for me. And the next thing that I do is I go to the gym, I work out for 30 minutes. Then I jump into a hot shower, or either that or an infrared sauna. And then I jump into a cold plunge pool, which is between 35 and 40 degrees. After that, I will write down and journal based on certain points, because I like to visualize where I am today and where I want to be in a year, 5 years, 10 years from now. But it's a process. And also taking in consideration my ultimate goal, my ultimate outcome. So that's number one. Number 2 is you have to be open to rediscovery. Either discover who you are. Why are you here? You have to be willing to ask yourself those questions. Why are you in this time and space? What's your purpose? When you know your purpose, you will have the fire, the passion to really achieve anything that you want in your life. That purpose is the reason why you're here living in this time and space. So who do you want to become? That is, sometimes hard to really figure out. But what I will tell you is that you could actually go and revisit a time in your childhood when you were most happy, because sometimes we have to go and look at the inner child in order to remember what we were truly happy in doing, in order to kind of give us some sense of direction and guidance. And that's really how I discovered mine. I had to rediscover my purpose because of what happened with my caregiver, because he told me that I would never amount to anything, that I would die with prison and with AIDS. And so one of the reasons why I started a salsa company and wanted to become so successful was to prove him wrong. But my why was focused on the fear of failure, but I needed to prove him wrong. But when I discovered and rediscovered that he passed away, right? And I didn't have anybody to prove. And then I realized he actually wrote me a letter a week before he passed. It's really powerful because he never acknowledged my success. But what I realized is in the rediscovery is that I could really make an impact on people's tummies for 5 minutes of eating this delicious salsa. But what if I could, train their minds, to become something much more than just creating a product, something where they could truly evolve themselves, who they are, and become better human beings because of it as a contribution part of this planet. So that's the number 2. Number 3, you have to be willing to reframe your challenges. When I talk about reframing is you have to be able to alter your attitude of mind, because when you alter your attitude of mind, you can alter your life. So truly change the way that you look at things. If something bad happens into your life, how can you take that and change it around? How can you make it more so that you actually focus on the opportunity rather than the challenge? And I have plenty of stories to talk about reframing, including, being rejected as a woman, Latina entrepreneur, and a member of the LGBTQ community. Everybody told me I was going to fail. But the opportunity that I saw, for example, is one of them was when Walmart reached out to me. I didn't call them. They reached out to me and they said, we have this program that's a $4 billion program where we're bringing minorities with your kinds of products to really bring them to Walmart and make a difference with that. So that's a huge opportunity, right? And I never focus on feeling like I'm less than anybody else. I'm equal. I have equal opportunity. So change the way that you look at things. And then that's when the reframe, that's when looking at opportunities rather than the challenges changes the game for you completely.
Deep thoughts from Maggie Cook. Ladies and gentlemen, if people want to know more and connect with you, maybe try to get into any of your classes, where would they go online?
They can go to maggiecook.com, Maggie with one G, COOK.com.
Taking notes. Thank you very much for all that insight. And I'll be keeping tabs.
Yes, muchas gracias.